that a man on death row in Ibara prison in Abeokuta, Elijah Oyebode, has been going live on TikTok, where he's gained a following, participated in live streams watched by thousands, and even gotten paid by people outside prison. And in a monitored live session, he claims that many prisoners also have access to phones, internet, and a lot more. Let's take a look.
85,000. I charge you fine. 75,000. What I do, I'm doing 5,000. Si business day oggi tu vai lo 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 le tani o ti lo vetani lo vetani mi mo ko tu veta tu vai lo fondo ma mi ba lo ne su taso
he said that there are 2,000 phones in that prison. His account has since disappeared from TikTok. Most of the clips are gone. It took a lot of time to find those ones. And for context, Oyebode has been on death row since 2019 for conspiring to kill an Osun State University student. In the report, the Nigerian Correctional Service acknowledged the security vulnerability and contraband smuggling, but emphasized that they maintain a zero-tolerance policy for unauthorized gadgets. And I'll take all of your reactions, but let me just take this quick one from Jabriz on X, who said, "A man sentenced to death for the ritual murder of a final year student is freely doing TikTok lives, collecting gifts, exposing phone smuggling rings from inside the prison. If death row inmates have better internet access than most citizens, then the entire correctional system has completely collapsed. This isn't just a security failure, it's a national embarrassment." And I haven't yet gotten a sense of what his actual fate is now. I think in the report, the Nigerian Correctional Service hasn't said what the repercussions are for streaming on TikTok. I mean, what do you make of this?
There are a lot of things that happen on Nigerian social media, honestly, like a lot of madness that goes on. Even though he wasn't incarcerated, isn't it on the same TikTok that the terrorist was doing giveaway and Nigerians were there asking for money for the terrorists to give them? Funny, but not funny. The truth is that, like the statement release said, I haven't done my research and things haven't changed. There's zero tolerance for use of communication devices in correctional service centers. But what do we see? A violation of set down rules, laws, regulations within these centers. It's in the same, if we're to do an expose on what is going on currently in the Nigerian Correctional Service, we're going to have years or shocks, ripple effect across the country. It's in these correctional services that you have room and parlor. You have special centers where people can, almost have like a little bungalow. It's in this correctional service recently that a well-known figure came out and a few months later did baby dedication, and people have been trying to calculate that. How did this happen? Was it supernatural, conception? There are many, many issues that that is wrong with the Nigerian Correctional Services. So what we'll keep asking for is an overhaul, a rejigging of the process. But unfortunately, and it's going to take a lot of money. It's going to take people who are not corrupt. So it speaks to a larger problem that we have in the nation, where different centers, different NDAs are plagued with corrupt officials who would compromise their rules, set down rules and regulations in exchange for money, influence, or power. This is what we see across board. So maybe let me just use this opportunity to make a call to the Ministry of Interior, who is responsible for the correctional service, that they should look into a reformation, rehabilitation of our correctional services. On one hand, there are people who are languishing there, who are living in penury, and it defeats the purpose of the name being a correctional service. People that go in there and come out, a shadow of themselves, not able to integrate back into society. On the other hand, there are people who are there who are living large and are not even facing the consequences of their action. So a whole total overhaul is required.
Right.
But as with a number of centers in Nigeria, we'll keep speaking, we'll keep talking about it. But I hope that whoever is responsible, culpable in the Ibara prison service should be investigated and should be brought to book.
Absolutely. Rufai, and then Dr. Abati, or...
Okay. See, Ayo, I get all what you have said. But again, I disagree with you. You know why? I'm a brutalist. I'm a brutal.
You're pragmatic.
I'm very pragmatic. I don't speak English. I don't deceive myself. You know. Like I was the country is gone.
No, I must keep hope.
No, see,
I'm an optimist. Yes, I will continue to. Okay, there has to be a good somehow.
No, I'm a patriot too. But a patriot is also a brutally honest person.
Okay.
You know, that's why Henry Thoreau said the only place for a just man in an unjust society is the prison. Because a just man will always be put in the prison because he will never align. Way back the 80s, big shout out to Archive and the work they do. In fact, I think I should be able to get some donation across to those body of NGOs where they archive newspaper materials. Can we have a one house, please? Big shout out to them. In the 80s, there was a story of somebody that a warder helped to go collect money while this person was in prison for a drugs case. And they brought the money in. You know how they were exposed, how they were revealed? When there was a disagreement on the sharing formula of the money they collected between the warder and the prisoner. This was way back in the 80s and 90s. It has just gotten worse off. We were here when we were reviewing the Bobrisky matter now. If it's not because of Very Dark Man, are we even going to know that transpired?
Yeah.
If thanks to Very Dark Man. So is that only one you say? They say they have room and parlor and everything. It's an ecosystem. See, prison is like hotel. Is how you have money, you enjoy yourself.
Okay.
You can take top
Dr. Abati.
Executive suite.
Ayo.
Okay.
Is how if you have money, you can have presidential suites. You can do visits, you can do anything and all of that. So the question is, if somebody goes to prison, ask them, do you have money? Because it's how you have money, you enjoy yourself. So all of this, you think that the warders there do not know that he's doing all of this live stream. Who is charging the phone for him?
Right.
Who is supplying the lights? Who is buying all the needed things? He talked about drug and all that. Who is bringing all those things? You think it's not an ecosystem?
Those are the questions.
It's the way you have money, you enjoy yourself. So forget it. So see, the Nigerian prison system is gone. You see, they now went to, they thought by changing the name to Correctional Facility and which correction? It's not correcting anything. What we can call on them is it's a systematic way to change the culture, which will never happen overnight, which needs a lot of sincerity. So the very first question we should ask is, where is the reconnaissance service that goes on in the prison? Thanks to Fisayo Shoyombo. Fisayo Shoyombo acted as a prisoner to be able to get us into what happens in the prison, and he made that big revelation. If Nigeria truly wants to change, it is not Fisayo Shoyombo that's supposed to be doing that work all the time.
Right.
It is the government that should have mystery choppers, deliberately infiltrate the prison ecosystem, put people in the prison that did nothing wrong, but they should gather information and start to solve the problem from within. That's how we can start to change culture, if those people will not be corrupted in no time.
I mean, what a story.
Okay. I think the subject, this is the way I see it. In August 2019, August 15, 2019, to be precise, President Muhammadu Buhari signed the Nigerian Correctional Services Act of 2019, repealing the Prisons Act of 2004. And we said at that time that, look, the kind of reform that you need in the Nigerian prison system, correctional system, is not change of nomenclature, that it has to go further. Now, this is the dilemma that we face, that, a man in prison could be behaving as a free citizen. They will justify it and say, well, after all, it's correctional service and all of that. You can also argue from that angle. But the truth of the matter is that the reform that we need in the prison system in Nigeria has not yet happened. One, the conduct of the warders. The warders, their complicity has already been explained by Rufai Oseni, and that is part of the problem. Okay, the title change. Why about the training and the conduct of the warders themselves?
Right.
The second thing is about the state of the prisons. Now, that picture of the prison in Ibarra, Abeokuta, or the picture of any other prison anywhere in this part of the world. These are colonial prisons. Those prisons need to be demolished and rebuilt. Absolutely. And that's where the Ministry of Interior comes in, and President Obasanjo, President Tinubu comes in. Those prisons are colonial structures. They are overcrowded, they are poorly maintained, they are run down. That kind of environment is not a place where you can find any correction. And that's why this particular guy is talking about whatever drug you want to buy inside any prison in Nigeria, you will get it.
Unbelievable.
3, this particular candidate whose matter you are reporting has been on the death row since 2019.
Yes.
He was sentenced to death by hanging. Are you aware that one of the major problems, one of the major areas in which we have unemployment in Nigeria today is that we don't have enough hangmen in Nigeria? People said there are no jobs, there are no jobs. But if you count in this country, you don't have up to 10 hangmen.
Okay.
It's a job nobody wants to do.
Right.
So maybe they should recruit more hangmen so that when justice is given, when judgment is given, justice is delivered.
And on that
otherwise, this particular fellow will no longer be on TikTok. But we don't have hangmen in Nigeria. So for all those young men out there who are saying they are very confident looking for jobs, there is vacancy in Nigerian prisons, correctional service, for jobs to be hangmen. The bigger problem, however, is that many of our governors refuse to sign death sentence. They will tell you that, okay, you know, what they cannot create, they cannot destroy. So there are so many dimensions to it. I'm just saying that it's a very complex issue. But one way forward is for the recruitment of more hangmen. Who can ensure that justice is done.
I mean,
because the governors will not sign, Dr. Abati, so there's no need for them.
You never know.
Catch-22.
Some governors will sign, but there's nobody
except
to carry out the ruling.
Okay.
So that particular fellow is enjoying the fact that there's a shortage of hangmen.
I don't think people would not want to take that job. What's the remuneration? What are the benefits?
We'll look into it.
You can investigate. You can consider it as a part-time engagement.
Exactly.
I'm sure
we'll look into it.
Let's
move now. Let's move now. I mean, what a story. What a story. And great submissions from everyone.
Francis Ike. Professor Obiora Francis Ike, I think is the venerable of the Catholic Church. He was defending John Cardinal Onayekan, and everything that he said is in order. He was saying that the president should abide by the truth and that he has an obligation to tell the people of Nigeria the truth. You can't quarrel with all of that. And that if he cannot do the right thing by the Nigerian people, he is urging the president to resign. The only part of it that I don't agree with in what he said, he was saying that Daniel Biola is not a man you can take serious. No, I disagree with him on that score. We take him serious. He has an important portfolio. He speaks for the president. And when he says something, you know, we can take a look at it. He cannot just say we should not listen to him. But the Monsignor, as you called him, you know, went a step further to say that the president should not listen to people who lie to him. Well, I don't think that the president should surround himself with liars. Now you mentioned the Prime Minister Ayodele, who is saying if President Tinubu is not careful, or was he so affirmative that he will lose the election in 2027? Well, how is he so sure? I mean, he says he's a prophet. He's a prophetic man, but Primate has said things in the past that did not come to pass. So he cannot be so sure that, you know, by some kind of divine thing, Tinubu will lose the election. We would rather have the Nigerian people make their choice. I end with the Catholic Church. 30 years ago, March 18, 1996, these same Catholic bishops, they told the Abacha government, we are tired of dictatorship. Catholic bishops tell Abacha, tell magazine. I think March 18, I said, yes, 1996.
30 years ago.
So the Catholic Church has a reputation for speaking his mind. So when, whether it's Professor Ike speaking, or Cardinal John Onayekan, or the Catholic Bishops Conference, the Catholic Bishops is not in the business of fearing the Nigerian government. They've been doing it forever. So it's for, the government of the day to listen.
Very interesting.
And it's good also, maybe, to hear Primate Ayodele, also saying, we are advising President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The other day, it was Prophet, or is it Pastor David Oyedepo? Bishop David. These titles are so important.
There's so many.
Bishop David Oyedepo. Also saying that, my people, you cannot be killing my people due to insecurity, and I will not speak up. What we want in Nigeria is that prophetic church that defends the interest of the people and that speaks truth to power.
Absolutely.
So if pastors want to speak, let them speak. The only part I have a problem with is I heard from God. No, express your opinion as a citizen and say this is how you see it. And it's for government also to consider
and listen.
All informed opinions.
Absolutely. Very, very clear points, and thank you for that little history lesson. Reports stating that a soldier in the Nigerian army was allegedly arrested after he logged into a TikTok live in his military uniform and asked a content creator, King Pedro, for money because he hadn't eaten. The claims are shocking, and all of it was caught on camera on Saturday. Let's watch.
Been in 5 years and he don't get sense. No say you supposed to wear army uniform, come and live stream. They ask person for money. Una no get sense. Some of una they supposed to commercial. You go inside they open it with you now until you go see me yourself until you go see yourself on social media. Now that time your ear go clear until they come out that uniform for your body. Now that time your eye go clear. Una go wear army uniform. You go inside they joke with you. No worry. Una go wear army uniform. You go they come on live stream. The third person say you have not eaten. I don't even get respect for that army uniform where you wear. You don't have respect for that uniform where you wear. You go come on live stream. The third person say you never chop. You don't have shame. Even if you don't have shame, you cannot respect the uniform you are putting on. The uniform you are putting on. Some of you they're supposed to lock you in that room. After locking you in that room for so long, they will be caught martial.
Dr. Abati, I'll take your very quick comments on this story. This soldier is said to be attached to the Nigerian Army Aviation Hangar in Niger State, and online reactions are mixed. On the one hand, the official uniform is obviously a symbol of discipline, national service. But on the other hand, it's concerning to hear him say that he can't afford food. I mean, the Army has not publicly released a statement on this particular incident, but it's also coming right as President Tinubu on Tuesday approved a 30 to 80% salary increase for the armed forces, saying the people who help to keep us safe must be supported in their course of duties to the nation. But what do we make of soldiers being on TikTok lives? I mean, TikTok is such a central topic today. Your response very quickly.
What we know, what we have heard, what we've been told is that soldiering is a noble profession, and that, it's meant for people, serious-minded people. And that's why they have the rules, not just in the armed forces, but also even in the paramilitary services, that there are certain things you cannot do when you are in uniform. Even eating when you have your cap on is not allowed. And then there's a rule about the use of the social media that I think both the police and other agencies of government have had to point out, that you can't just go on social media as an officer. So this particular officer is guilty as charged. He was alleged to have been begging for money from a certain King Pedro. But the latest that we know is that he has since been arrested. He was found in Badagry, far away from his place of deployment. And the authorities, the military authorities, I guess, would address this matter in line with their rules. But the basic rule for those in uniform is that uniform has to be respected. But we have reached a level where even policemen board public buses, and they say they are officer. And an officer or staff is not expected to pay transport fares. So when you have officers, so-called, presenting themselves as motor parked outs, that is how bad they have taken the reputation of the uniform services, and that is unacceptable.
Absolutely.
I got it, man. Somebody said, advice to politicians, please do prison reforms and take care of the prisons well, because a lot of you will normally retire to that place.
Wow.
That's good.
That's a good advice.
Thank you for that comment.
Because a lot of politicians retire. You know,
the Senate is where many of them retire.
No, but a lot of them.
Okay, we'll continue.
You want to see a lot of them in Kuje? They go there a lot.
We'll continue this conversation. We need to move now to our good news report. With Pastor William Kumuyi, the General Superintendent of the Deeper Life Christian Life Ministry, who's officially been recognized by the World Book of Records in London for his contributions to education, humanitarian service, and global outreach. Now, the World Book of Records is an organization that honors the unique achievements of people going above and beyond in their communities. Pastor Kumuyi was awarded in the Excellence E1 category for his contributions to education, leadership, and humanitarian service. The initial announcement coming from Pastor Kumuyi himself and posted about on X over the weekend, with the pastor saying he's humbled by the recognition. Kumuyi also revealed that within the last 5 years of establishing Global Crusade, an evangelistic ministry, he's reached over 50 million lives.
Excellency certificate. Today we are announcing that he is entering into the World Book of Records. For certification, I'm handing to the Dr. Kumuyi.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters in Christ, we have many teachers, but there was many number of fathers. The father of millions, a motivator, an excellent people.
What an incredible achievement. Congratulations to Pastor Kumuyi for continuing to push the limits of what's possible when you're focused on your mission. And now under milestones. And today we're celebrating one of Nigeria's major industrialists, the founder and chairman of the BUA Group, Abdul Samad Rabiu, who was born on August 4, turning 66 yesterday. Now, Rabiu was born in Kano in 1960 to an established business family, with his late father, Abdul Samad Isiyaku Rabiu, also being renowned for being one of Nigeria's biggest industrialists in the 70s and 80s. The younger Rabiu set up BUA International Limited in 1988, initially focusing on commodity trading, importing rice, flour, oil, and steel. And fast forward to today, the BUA Group generates over $2.5 billion in annual revenue, with Forbes listing him as one of the wealthiest individuals on the continent. In a statement this week, President Tinubu described him as one of the architects of modern Nigerian industry, adding that he's someone who's consistently built industries instead of looking for shortcuts. In a country where so many with capital choose to move it abroad, Rabiu kept betting on Nigeria and its citizens. So from all of us at Arise News, we wish the founder and chairman of the BUA Group, Abdul Samad Rabiu, a very, very happy birthday. We'll now take our final story under entertainment, with the Afrobeat superstar Davido lighting up the stage at Cabana in Toronto. The Grammy-nominated artist gave this surprise performance as part of the Urbanova Festival pre-party on Sunday. Let's watch. Love that. We love that song on What's Trending. And I believe that Davido is also supposed to be doing a press conference for his uncle, Governor Ademola Adeleke, at 11 this morning. So we'll be watching that as well. But that's all I have for you on What's Trending today. Here we have With You, the hit from Davido, that song that we heard just there. Enjoy it, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you all for your great analysis.